I'm a journalist. I remember for all the days I've been staying inside the Queen Elizabeth National Park, I did not touch my laptop at all, which is very strange.
Which is the last good place that you visited and gladly returned?
Queen Elizabeth National Park. A beautiful place to be.
What did you find beautiful?
Queen Elizabeth, first of all, is 7 hours from Kampala. And I think it's one of the most beautiful parks that we have because of its terrain. The most beautiful part of Queen Elizabeth is when you are staying inside the park. We were staying inside the park at Acacia Wilderness, animals visiting us at all times. It was kind of scary, but at the same time fun, because one day you're having a coffee at a fireplace, and then they tell you the lions are close, and then you have to keep on looking out. It's easy to detect them even with just a torch. The next day you're sleeping and elephants are at your door. I mean, where would you get that?
And the beauty of being in the wild and stepping out of Kampala. What does travel do to you? Do you find therapy in all this?
Yeah, I think you've just described it best. Therapy. I remember for all the days I've been staying inside the Queen Elizabeth National Park, I did not touch my laptop at all, which is very strange because those who know me closely know that one, I move with my laptop at all times, but two, 1 or 2 hours I'm on my laptop. They will say that I do not find time to relax and all, but it was such a relaxing moment. I did not do any work. It was therapy for me for having worked all these months without rest.
How long were you away?
I was away for 5 days.
What was your itinerary like when you're in there?
So my itinerary, one, we left Kampala for Mbarara, spent a night in Mbarara. One thing that I realized is when you're on holiday, you're not meant to suffer. You're not meant to, because why would I drive all the way to Queen Elizabeth in just one day? So I first relaxed in Mbarara, beautiful hotels there that have been developed. I was staying at Acacia. And then the following day, just went straight to Kasese, which is 2 hours from Mbarara through Bushenyi. When I reached, because I reached in the evening. So after relaxing for a few hours, then I did the game drive at night. It's one of the most beautiful experiences any Ugandan should do. Moving in the wild with the game rangers, looking out for animals. And one thing that people found really rare on the game drive for my own case, the very hard animals to spot, which are the leopards, even during the day. Did not spot only one, but spotted two in a period of 5 minutes, in the duration of 5 minutes within each other. And it was nice to see. Moving at night, we drove for 4 hours, but we were looking for the lions because we had seen the buffaloes, we had seen the hippos, we had seen the warthogs, bushbacks, but we hadn't seen we had seen the leopards, we hadn't seen the lions. And then guess what? The lions were chilling next to the hotel. After 4 hours of the game drive,
They're waiting for you.
They were waiting for us. So our friends spotted them who had stayed at the hotel, and then we came back. The following day, we did a tour of the places around, having breakfast in the wild and all that, touring the crater lakes around. And then the following day, we did a boat cruise. So you cruise on Kazinga Channel, headed towards the direction of Congo, and then you're able to spot the animals at the shores of the lake. That Kazinga Channel is what?
It's 34.
It's 34 kilometers, Kazinga Channel, yeah, that connects the two lakes. But we did 2 kilometers around, spotting the animals, feed the crocs, the small ones, the big ones, and then the birds, with the different names, with the different colors. What was fascinating about that is I saw a bird with a bow tie. It was red. It was black, yellow, and red.
Oh,
yes.
that's
Many people
quite
debated
Ugandan.
on whether that should have instead become the national symbol.
Because it has the flag colors.
Because of the flag colors. It has a bow tie, which is red, then yellow patches, then black. It's beautiful.
Sure.
The birds were amazing to see. Then returned back to the hotel, then did the campfire. Then the following day, we went to the Queen's Pavilion, a few kilometers away from the park. This is where the Queen, when she visited Uganda, sat to sat at the pavilion, and they have really designed it really beautiful. I think was trying to settle some crisis that was developing in between, I think, the Banyora and the Batora. I can't remember. The itinerary was quite big. I enjoyed every bit of it.
Sure.
Yeah. The fascinating one for me was we did a walk, a nature walk. It was just like early in the morning, just to see the sunrise. While we were returning, they told us, the lions are around where you're headed. Yeah. And guess what? We bypassed them. We landed on them.
Sure. How many did you see?
We saw two. I'm sure you've heard of Jacob and Tibu. So Jacob is the lion with 3 legs. Quite a fascinating animal. And with a brother called Tibu. And they never leave each other. They hunt together. They do everything together. It got injured with a snare. Its story is amazing. It's been tracked for the last 8 years. And it has even been able to swim through the Kazinga Channel several times. No lion swimming while it's injured. It's a fascinating animal. It's been attacked. It's quite a fascinating story, and
It's gone through quite
I had
a
the
lot.
chance to chat with the guys tracking it and doing research on it. Yeah. So the itinerary was that big.
What message would you have for a Ugandan who's not seen Uganda?
Oh my! I wish everyone could just take off a weekend to just visit Uganda. And for me, I think it's what I'll be doing for the next couple of months when I get an opportunity to step aside, just go and visit Uganda. I think what we think is visiting Uganda is expensive, but it's not. Can you imagine inside the park, you can even get accommodation for as low as 10,000 shillings at the education center.
Yeah, the UWA.
Yeah, the education center. It's not the hotel I was staying at 250k. Quite beautiful, and yet it's inside the park. If you get a chance, you have not seen how beautiful Uganda is. We are, I think, disturbed by the noise, the dust, the borders, the potholes. But once you step away from that, it's quite relaxing.
And maybe to try and nudge you further, why do you think Uganda is referred to as the Pearl of Africa? From your wide travel, of course.
It has some of the most unique features. We take them for granted, I think, because they're mentioned at all times. The River Nile, Lake Victoria, fresh body, the Big Five, the big cats that we have. I'm sure these can be found elsewhere, but I mean, just imagine Kidepo National Park, Queen Elizabeth National Park, Lake Mburo. Like every corner of Uganda is scattered with like national parks. And for me, I find that unique. But even in Karamoja, we have a national park.
Kidepo.
Yeah, so I think it has some of the most unique features that you cannot find elsewhere. We have challenges with the budgets and marketing and infrastructure, but I think we're getting there.
Which brings me to the next question. What do you think could be done better in marketing this destination?
Increased budget. For example, I'll tell you, when you look at the figures, Uganda spends only $4 per visitor compared to other countries with smaller economies. Rwanda spends $11 per visitor. Kenya spends $17 per visitor. It means that they use so much money to market the destinations. Our budget is quite small when it comes to marketing, just 70 million US dollars. But now you compare it with countries like Kenya, 111 million US dollars. The tourism budget, the tourism numbers are fascinating because you look at how much other East African countries are doing and what Uganda is doing. It's like we need to pull up our socks. We have challenges in marketing. We have challenges in infrastructure. We also have challenges in coordination. Everyone who is marketing Uganda is uncoordinated compared to other East African countries. We are getting there, but how do you explain to anyone there that the composition of tourism as part of our GDP is the smallest in the region? All the rest, Kenya is at 10, Tanzania is at 11, Rwanda is at 17. The composition of tourism revenue when it comes to the total GDP. So we're at what, 5 or less? I think that there is a need for increased funding in not just marketing Uganda, but also improving some of the things. We also face bad PR as a country. If it's not an opposition figure being arrested. It is the capital being flooded, or a garbage field killing people. I'm not saying that these things do not happen in other countries, but I think they know how to market their countries, and therefore they know how much, I would say, not say bad news, but such news can affect the tourism. When the tourists were killed in Queen Elizabeth, I passed actually by the exact place where they were killed. The hotels inside the park got 95% cancellations, 95%, when the British tourists were killed by ADF. But what do? Do you not report the story, or there's a better way to report the story? South Africa has the biggest tourism revenue when it comes to Africa, but yet it has the biggest crime rates in Africa. So finding a balance between the two, I think we can explore our potential.
From where you sit as a journalist, if such a story came to you, how would you handle it?
Well, when you asked me to describe myself, I said I'm a journalist, first things first. I might not be privileged to own a hotel, so I know what it feels like. But sometimes I know how much this information is important, how people rely on it to make decisions. As a journalist, I think it's balancing it, knowing, well, tourists have been killed, but the search is on and deployment has been made, does not make other places unsafe or insecure. Knowing that I have to report the story, but also have Uganda at heart.
It's a delicate balance there.
Yeah.
So, going forward now, what's on your wish list? What are those places on your to-visit list?
I've not been to Kidepo, but I really, really want to go to Kidepo in the time now. Kidepo is fascinating because it has two seasons, the wet one and the dry one. The dry one, when you're going through the bushes, they're all gold, like gold color. They are dry, so they are all gold. And also Kidepo is, I think, the biggest number of animals, and sometimes I think even control the numbers. And yet it's a very dry place. I think it has the biggest number of lions and buffaloes. Buffaloes move in big herds, in hundreds and hundreds. But the other thing I want to do now is I visited Ginger, but I now want to go back specifically to do the bungee jumping. I did ziplining in Queen Elizabeth.
Okay.
I don't know whether I can do it again, but it was nice.
Sure.
Then I rode the bicycle in the air
Oh.
on the cables. Quite fascinating. You have to confront your fears to do that.
Definitely. So
Yeah. So I want to go back on the River Nile and do the rafting, do the bungee jumping. I see it every day on TikTok and videos, and it's just like, it's my next stop. Yeah.
Okay, and then there are products like the culture. We have the culinary offerings. You might find that, for instance, a dish like meat or beans are prepared almost different ways by each tribe in Uganda. From your experience, how much more can we, showcase what we have in terms of our culture, in terms of the foods that we have, the hospitality that makes us who and what we are?
Yeah, so we are faced with a very big problem. Most of these hotels, the food they cook is English breakfast that is accepted by most people. But they'll tell you the most money is made when there are foreigners visit and stay at their hotels. So you find that there's an English breakfast where you find eggs, sausages, those things. What you call an English breakfast, milk and what. I think that what we need to do is encourage the foreigners to test some of the local dishes. You can have an option, the English breakfast, but also say, oh, by the way, try this. While I was at Acacia Wilderness, I could see some of the foreigners testing a Rolex. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, but I think we need to do more local dishes for them to appreciate and also understand that this is what we are. For example, if you did a buffet of food. I know what's going to be there when it comes to like what foreigners eat and whatever, but so this is optional, but you should try it. So you encourage the hospitality team to encourage the visitors to try out some of these dishes.
Try them.
One of the things I think that I've said openly on Twitter that I want to try out is OD, but I also want people elsewhere to try out a shabwe, which is a local dish from where I come from in Western Uganda.
Do you believe it's the origin of mayonnaise?
I don't know. But yeah, I think we can do more in trying to encourage. I would test it if OD was served to me. I would test marakwang if it was served to me. Yeah, just to have a feel of what other people, the way other people feel about marakwang is the way I feel about eshawe. Is the way I feel about matoke. Is the way I feel about
Okay, and what makes you proud of your culture?
The uniqueness of it. We are so deep into cattle keeping, so everything around us, even if it's just about the way we speak, about the way we do things, the culture around the cows, what we eat. Previously, our ancestors used to boil the blood of the cow, and it becomes solid. Comes from becoming
Kafeche.
liquid, yes, and then becomes solid, and they eat that. I think that has since died away. But even the design on our clothes, even like everything is associated with cattle, and we see that like if we were to make a symbol of where we come, you know, even at the center of Mbara, the welcoming symbol is a cow. The roundabout is even called Amahembe Gent, the horns of the cow. Yeah. So that's what's unique about it, that there's just one animal that we rear, depend on, feed on, use for dowry and everything. That one animal became a symbol of the entire culture, from food to earning a living, to educating children, then dowry, fashion. Isn't it fascinating that one culture can rotate around one thing?
Okay, and then to digress a little bit, would you take us to what it is that has made you who and what you are today?
Many times, I think when I reflect on myself, what I see is there's been good people around me. There's been really nice people around me that I do associate with, which is also something that I don't find unique, but it's something that you'll find about Uganda. When you ask a visitor, what do you love about Uganda? Oh, the people are warm. So I think I've had great people around me, my family, my friends, my mentors, and that sort of has shaped me into who I am. Number two, it's also like a personal character, like just to be curious, wanting to do more, and wanting to try out new things. And the more you do that, the more you find yourself in spaces you never even dreamt that you would be. Yeah.
Okay. Who would you say is that one mentor that has anchored you as a journalist?
I would say Andrew Mwenda, right from the start. I think admiring his work. I remember walking to his office one day and say, I just want you to mentor me. He said, but Yuka boy, now what? And you know how busy he can be and what everyone wants to meet him. But every day I would walk to his office and say, please, I need you to mentor me. Until went through all the stages of mentorship and how to write stories and all that. And yeah.
Okay, have you mentored someone?
Yes. I've been mentoring a number of people, even at my workstation. Yeah, and make it deliberate, follow up. I wouldn't wish to mention their names, but they're there.
What are
both
those?
at my workstation and outside, actually. I have mentees in Kisoro. I have mentees in Lira, mentees here in Kampala. Part of the program, yes.
Okay. And what maybe in brief are those nuggets that you share with them in trying to mentor them?
Is to think out of the box, or maybe remove the box completely, because the trends are changing so fast. Trends have now changed. Batte is doing a podcast. Why don't you start a podcast on something unique, Why don't you use all these platforms online to do something? Why don't you think or look at what other people are doing elsewhere? See if you can replicate it here. Just to don't have your mind fixated. Say, oh, I want to be a journalist and therefore I want to be on TV. I want to go and report. Well, that's good, but what if it does not work out? Does that mean that your dream has died? Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, if there was one person that you would invite for coffee or tea, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you talk about?
I think that one person I would invite over coffee would be President Paul Kagame. Why? Because how in the world have you been able to put together a country that was at the brink of finishing itself off? It actually did. Once you realize 1 million people died in just 100 days. People are now living together in harmony, and was able to rebuild that country, was able to make people work together, and that has persisted on up to the date. Today as we speak, the Rwandans identify themselves as Rwandans before anything else, and that virtue is reflected in each and everything they do, whether it's government or public sector or private sector, whether they are inside their country or in the diaspora. The first thing they do is identify themselves as Rwandans. What is the magic? Something that I would like to sit down with him and have a coffee and talk about. And despite the global forces, you know how Rwanda is thrown into this and that, all these things said about it, and what do you call them? Foreign countries pulling out their aid, and then they are saying it's okay. In fact, we do not want to associate with you anymore. How are you able to stand on your feet, have your guard up, and say, we will be fine, we do not need you anymore? So that's quite a fascinating conversation. I would love to with him over coffee.